James here. Today we're going to go through 6 wetsuits from my quiver and I'm going to rate them for you. I used to surf in Manly in Sydney, so I got to wear a wetsuit most of the year. Then of course I moved to Queensland and I don't have to wear a wetsuit very often at all. So I'm going to show you a mix of 2mm and 3.2 wetsuits, and I've also got a 4.5 to throw in there as well. First up is an O'Neill HyperFreak. This is a zipless wetsuit and it's got these really nice ribs, which you can see here. This is a 2mm short arm, long legs. What I like about this wetsuit is, firstly, O'Neill invented the wetsuit, so they deserve some credit for that. Secondly, it's actually really comfortable once you get it on. Because it is 2mm, it's actually fairly easy to get on without the zipper, and it's probably the most sheer wetsuit that I've got. It keeps you warm. I really rate the O'Neill gear, and I think it's pretty good value for money. Next up, this is a Curl Flashbomb Pro 4.3. I actually got this one to surf in New Zealand, but I would use this if I was in the southern states of Australia. Rip Curl, of course, a pretty iconic Australian brand. I used to use only Rip Curls. I got a lot of Rip Curl 3.2s when I started surfing. I never got a whole season out of one. They tend to basically come apart inside. I had to send them back for warranty. They do have this nice fuzzy stuff inside. They dry quickly, but I found the ones with the lining inside the sleeves, not this one because it was usually the next level up one, it would basically just sort of start to peel. So I kind of avoided Rip Curl since then. This one here too, being 4.3 with no zipper, it's almost impossible to get in and out of. So I don't like having to wear this wetsuit. I've only worn it a few times in Australia when it gets ultra cold, but I think I'll give them a miss in the future unless something changes. I thought I'd give NeedEssentials a try. They seem like they're doing good sustainability stuff. It's a no-frills wetsuit. It actually reminded me a lot of another wetsuit that I'm going to show you. What I found is the sizing's a little bit small, so be careful about that. But these things on the sleeves and on the ankles started to deteriorate pretty quickly. What I found is it didn't keep me that warm, which is a problem. It's slightly stiff to put on. Over time, it actually became more comfortable, and I did actually get a whole season out of it. So I think value for money wise, it's actually pretty good, but it's not the warmest and it's not the most comfortable wetsuit. So I don't think I'll buy another one of those. Next up is Body Glove, and this thing looks pretty rad. It's got this red stuff, which I think does two things. One is it's really comfortable, but it is a bit thicker, so it's a bit bulkier, and it dries quickly as well. I think Body Glove is, again, one of the sort of more established brands, an older brand. The good thing about this one is it was really cheap. I got this from Sideways Surf Chain in Australia, and this particular one, I think I bought 2 at the same time, and I was having them on rotation, so I could always have a nice warm wetsuit. It was pretty comfortable to wear when it was wild weather. It was warm. It definitely felt nice, but it's just a little bit bulky, so I didn't mind this, but it's too bulky for me. Okay, next up is a Billabong Furnace, and this is a Revolution furnace lining. It's got similar lining actually to that NeedEssential. It dries pretty quickly. This is a 2mm one I got when I started surfing in Queensland, and it's lasted really well. I'm actually very impressed with the Billabong. It's got a nice chest zip, so it's actually really easy to get in and out. And the best thing about a chest zip versus the zipless one is you can peel it down to your waist on a hot day and then just put it on as you're about to go into the water. It also looks nice, this one. It's got a pretty cool camo design on it, and it wasn't the cheapest one, but it wasn't the most expensive, and it's very comfortable. I've worn it quite a lot, and it's now just starting to take in a bit of water around the ankles. You know, you come in with that balloon leg thing. But I would have another Billabong. I thought that was okay. Last up is a Patagonia wetsuit. This is an R wetsuit, and it's made out of Ulex. I think Patagonia are doing the most for sustainability. They seem very impressive in the way that they are looking after things. But of course, the factor of them is that they are quite expensive. They're not the cheapest wetsuits, and they're right up there in the most expensive phase. They don't have any fancy lining at all. They're not in any way pretentious or outrageous in their branding. They do have very good knee pads, so I noticed that as well. I love the chest zip. The sizing is probably slightly on the small side, so be careful about that, because I noticed in my 2mm top, I actually went up a size to XXL. I'm a big guy. This XL is fine for me. The knee pads are really nice. They don't have crazy branding, but I do find this Patagonia wetsuit is really comfortable, and it also keeps me warm. So based on the fact that it's very comfortable, it keeps me warm, it doesn't have any crazy branding going on. They can be quite good value. This is what I've just ordered for myself. I've ordered a nice 2mm, long arms, long legs, which gets me through a Noosa winter. I think it's about $480 or $490 Australian, but I do think it's going to last a couple of seasons, and it's going to be very comfortable, and I think they're looking after the planet. So this one is a Matuse, and it's got a slightly unconventional chest thing. It's actually quite narrow, which is different, and that sort of means you've got these adjustable side bits, which is different to the standard wetsuits we get here. I haven't worn this much, but it's actually a pretty good quality. I felt like it was really comfortable. It's made well. It doesn't have any fancy, tricky stuff going on inside. All the seals look really nice. It was not an expensive one. Also, I got it from the sort of discount chain supermarket thing, and I think I would give this one another chance. I'd say that's in the top few. If I were to rank them, I'd say Patagonia, Billabong, O'Neill, Matuse, and then we go down from there. I wouldn't get another of the cheap ones, and I wouldn't get another one of the very expensive ones that don't last the season. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please comment below where you see this video.